Hello, and welcome to my Math Companion. In this video, we'll be looking at another probability question involving the AND keyword. So let's begin. The question states that in a bag, there are 12 blue marbles, 8 purple marbles, and 11 orange marbles. Bill takes out a marble out of the bag, keeps it on the table, and then takes out another marble out of the bag. What is the probability that both marbles were purple in color? So this question involves something called without replacement, and that without replacement is evident when the question says he keeps it on the table. He takes it out of the bag, keeps it on the table, and then takes out another marble out of the bag. That means that the total number of marbles inside the bag is actually decreasing after he takes out the first marble because he does not put it back inside the bag. And this type of question is called a without replacement question. Now, in most probability questions, they won't say, well, he takes it out and keeps it on the table. They would just say he takes out two marbles without replacement. And when the question says that, you should be able to interpret it in such a sense as he does not put it back inside. So we'll be looking at how to solve a without replacement question in this video. So now the next point to realize is that when the question asks what is the probability that both marbles were purple in color, it essentially means the first and second marble. And now we see this and keyword here. Throughout the question, you'd have noted that there is no and keyword in a probability sense. But now that we can interpret this both as first and second marble, we can now use the properties of the and keyword in answering our question. In a similar way, if you were to pick out four marbles and it says what's the probability that all four marbles were purple in color, you could interpret that as first and second and third and fourth, and that way you could apply the and keyword there as well. So you have to look at these words in the question and try to see if they have any mathematical meaning behind them. So now our sample space in this question is just the total number of marbles, and that is 12 plus 8 plus 11, which is a total of 31. 31 marbles are the number of marbles that we have in our sample space, and we have to work with these 31 marbles. And we see that the number of purple marbles as defined in the question is 8. So now what we'll do is we'll calculate the probability of picking a purple marble the first time and the second time, and then we'll have to multiply both together because of this and keyword. So the probability of the first one, then the probability of the second one, and we multiply them. Right? We multiply them. So for the first time, we have the number of elements satisfying the event in our sample space upon the total number of elements in our sample space, and that is just 8 over 31, since we have 8 marbles which are purple and 31 totally. So now comes the very important part. This is the real essence of the without replacement part of the question. So after the first marble has been picked, the sample space has been reduced to only 30 marbles. Only 30 marbles. Since he did not put that marble back inside the bag, he just kept it on the table, the total number of marbles in the bag has been reduced to 30. And we also see that the number of purple marbles has been reduced to just 7. So since the marble that he picked out in the first try, the first attempt you could say, was a purple marble, or we were trying to figure out the probability that it was a purple marble. So in that case, we will have to subtract 1 from the total number of purple marbles in our sample space. So it becomes 7. Now, one thing to note is that if the question were to say what is the probability that the first one was blue and the second one was purple, you would not subtract 1 from purple because he took out a blue marble in the first attempt. So you would only subtract 1 from the sample space and not from purple. You'd only subtract 1 from sample space and blue instead of purple. So the number of purple marbles in that case would remain as 8. But in our case, has been reduced to 7. So now the probability of picking a purple marble the second time is this 7 here over 30, since our sample space is reduced to 30 and the number of elements satisfying the event has been reduced to just 7. And now we just have to multiply these two together. And when we do that, we'll get 56 over 930, and dividing by 2 on numerator and denominator, we'll get the simplified form of the fraction to be 28 over 465. So this is the probability that he picks a purple marble both the times. So that is how you solve questions involving the AND keyword and without a replacement. In the next video, I will be posting a challenge problem which will involve a combination of the OR keyword and the AND keyword. So I will see you in that video.